So guys, welcome to another vlog. And for this vlog, I actually took some time. Ang tagal ko siyang pinag-isipan, but it also took me some courage and a lot of time to research and to include ano ba yung gusto kong sabihin. Because I really wanted to create a video to help my co-OFW followers. Para sa inyo to eh. That's why I want to put this caveat muna. I was never an OFW, but syempre, I have friends that are OFW, I hear stories about OFWs, I read articles about OFWs, and I personally believe rin kasi that OFWs is number one, sila rin bumubuhay sa ekonomiya. That's why, whenever I hear na meron ng OFW lounge or airport, masaya talaga ako. And a lot of the times actually, when nag-iintay ako for my Grab, tapos pumunta ako sa airport, naririnig ko yung mga stories ng OFWs. And it's not naman me na chismosa ako, but kasi paminsan, kung malakas yung boses, naririnig ko, di ba? That's why I also wanted to see how the airport staff helps these OFWs pag transfer man sila sa mga terminals, or if ever, yung mga stories nila of paano sila uuwi, yung mga ganon. And that's why I wanted to create this video. This is actually my OFW money tips. If nagustuhan nyo to guys, kwentuhan nyo ko. But a lot of you kasi, give me comment sa mga TikTok ko or sa YouTube ko. And that's why I got so inspired. Sabi ko, oh my God, kailangan ko gumawa ng isang video na ganito, specifically for them. But remember guys, these are my personal tips. And I hope these tips will help. I hope these tips resonate rin sa inyo. So if ever it resonates, take what resonates and then leave what doesn't. But this is why I want, number one, ano ba yung mga tips natin para mag-ipon, then para mag-invest, and then number three, if ever, para sa ating pamilya and para sa future natin. So guys, medyo some points might be a bit of a real talk, but syempre, again, take what resonates and then leave what doesn't. So tip number one guys, pinaka-importante dito is you have to have a goal. Kailangan malinaw at clear at magkaroon ka ng isang clear na goal. Bakit ka ba nag-ipon? Ano yung gusto mo para sa pera mo? Dapat specific siya. Hindi yung, gusto ko lang makatulong. Basta makapagpadala lang ako ng pera pa uwi. Yes, but ano yung specific mo, di ba? You have to make sure that you also set your goal there. Perfect example dito gusto ko makatipid or makapag-ipon ng 200,000 pesos within the next 2 years. Dahil gusto ko magbukas ng maliit na negosyo para sa bahay, or gusto ko makapag-ipon ng 500,000 pesos in the next 2 years para makapagbili ako ng isang bahay para sa aming pamilya or para mapaupa ko tong bahay na to. Clear, di ba? It has to be clear. It has to have time. Di ba? Whenever they say, when you set a goal, di ba? Lagi nila sinasabi, it has to be SMART. Di ba? Specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, at saka time-bound. So, the more specific it is, the more realistic it is, the more measurable it is, may mga numbers, then, alam mong kaya mo siya. Then, on the flip side, huwag naman kayo gagawa ng goal na parang, gusto ko makapag-ipon ng 1 million pesos in 2 days. Parang ganun, parang, Tapos, parang yun, medyo hindi na realistic yun, di ba? Unless kaya mo talaga. If it's not realistic, that's not a good goal, di ba? So, setting that goal is very important because that will help you drive. Diba? Why you want to do it? Why you want to save money? Ano yung importante mo? Number 2, pangalawa naman, is definitely, budget is life. Alam ko sasabihin nyo, Jocks, ito na naman tayo, budget na naman. Alam ko, pati ako, di ba? Hindi ako mag-ipokrita. Ay, nakakainis naman talaga mag-budget, Jocks. Naiinis ako mag-budget. Pero, you have to make sure that you know where your money goes. If you don't budget it kasi, paminsan, nawawala na lang yung pera mo, hindi mo alam. Di ba, a lot of our friends, lagi natin naririnig, alam mo yung pera ko parang naubos na lang, parang, nahawakan ko, tapos tumulo na lang palabas. Yeah. Kasi that's how it is, di ba? Kasi, bili ka nito, bili ka mamaya nito. Di ba, lagi ko nga tinatanong sa inyo, at lagi mo dapat itanong sa sarili mo, is it budgeted? Pag hindi siya budgeted, bawal mo bilhin, di ba? When you set your monthly budget, alam mo, kahit 3 things lang, di ba? Number 1, magkano yung kinita mo? Number 2, magkano yung itatabi mo? Diba? Bakit gusto ko lagi sinasabi na magkano itatabi mo? Savings. Because that's what you want to put in your bank account. That's what you want for your future. And then, number 3, magkano yung ipapadala mo pa uwi? Diba? Para sa pamilya mo or whatever man. Diba? Why kahit those 3 things? Number 1, you have to set that up. Because, for example, kung kumikita ka ng 10,000, Then, magkano gusto mong itabi? Usually, di ba, rule of thumb, 10 to 20% dapat nasa savings mo. So, either 1,000 or 2,000 pesos, savings mo yan. Then, magkano yung gusto mo ipadala? Yun yung titingnan mo kung magkano ba yung kaya mong ipadala. Di ba? I-minus mo muna lahat ng expenses mo. Di ba? Let's say, may natira kang 8,000 pesos. I-minus mo yung mga expenses mo pag nabubuhay ko doon, let's say, 5,000. Then, meron kang 3,000 pesos. Yun. Pwede mo ipadala yon or yan yung ipapadala mo. Or if mas matipid ka ba dyan, lakihan mo yung ipapadala mo pa uwi. Diba? Don't worry about that. But then, lakihan mo yung papadala mo. But don't forget, wag na wag mong kalimutan ang sarili mo. You always have to make sure that there is a portion for yourself. Hindi kasi selfish yun. Diba? Pag ubus na ubus ka or walang-wala ka na, diba? Paano rin naman sila, diba? So that's why, hindi mo pwedeng kalimutan ang sarili mo. That's why whenever I say it, make sure that you set something aside for yourself. That is what we call self-love. Diba? Kaya, ganun mo muna siya gawin. And of course, sa remittance naman, kung magpapadala kayo ng pera pauwi sa bahay or pauwi sa pamilya nyo, always look and explore. Diba? Saan ba mga services na baka mas makakamura? Is it Wise? Is it GCash? There are so many options right now. Dati, alam ko, konti lang yan. Paminsan dapat Western Union lang ba yun? Or whatever mga brands na yun. Konti lang. But now, marami na. Look for the ones that has the lowest service fee and magandang mga rates na ibibigay sa'yo. I'm sure meron po yan. Konting research lang kailangan gawin natin dyan. Because at the end of the day, money saved is money earned. Diba? Lagi nga sinasabi yan. And ang kagandahan dyan, yung money mo na yan, pwede pang savings mo yan or pwede mong pang-invest yan. Kaya look for different options. Marami namang nandyan, kailangan lang natin hanapin kung ano yung best as well. Okay, number 3, automate your savings. Usually, eto na sasabihin, diba? And a lot of people will also give me comments like this na para, kulang na nga. Diba? Or, yung savings ko, kung ano lang yung matira. Kung may extra tira, thank you, edi yung savings ko. Remember, usually, when that happens, walang natitira dyan. Kaya, when you do it, automate your savings ka agad. Pag natanggap mo yung sweldo mo, magkano yung gusto mong iset for your savings? Take it out, put it in a separate bank account, put it, let's say, in a digital bank where it earns more interest or higher interest, but you have to put it separately. Ako, I always recommend that. Kasi pag tinanggal mo na siya, pag sinet mo na siya na magta-transfer siya to a different account, alam mong for savings mo yun, alam mong hindi mo siya gagastusin. Alongside your savings, don't forget na dapat nandiyan na rin yung iyong emergency fund. Your emergency fund is usually 3 to 6 times of your monthly expense. So kung expense mo kada buwan is roughly around 5,000, then, dapat, kung 3 times yon, it's 15,000. Kung 6 times naman yan, dapat nasa 30,000 naman yan. Yun yung emergency fund mo. Personally, you can or it is good to have a separate emergency fund with your savings. But, diba, if wala pa naman, unahin nyo muna yung emergency fund nyo. Because remember, your emergency fund technically works as your savings rin naman. But, syempre, it's better na meron kang emergency fund, meron kang pang savings, then the different or the rest, diba? Yun yung kagandahan doon. What I also want you to look and explore is, syempre, tingnan nyo rin kung ano yung mga savings account na merong high yield or high interest. In short, I always talk about mga digital banks, especially in the Philippines, diba? Marami tayong mga digital banks there that gives as high as 10%, 14% na interest per year. Now, all you need rin naman, kahit OFW ko, wala namang problema. Basta you have your ID, Philippine ID siya, a Philippine number, then you can open an account. Then, doon yung pwede ilagay yung pera, di ba? Pwede nyo i-save yan. But, since you're already working abroad, I'm sure meron rin yung mga high-yield savings account or mga digital accounts that you can definitely open sa bansa nyo na yan. All you have to do, very simple. Basta legit yung banko na yan, okay. May lisensya yung banko sa country na where you're working, check. And then, kung paano man magbukas ng account na yan, usually via digital lang yan or via app lang yan, magbukas kayo, dun nyo ilagay. Kasi at least, hindi nyo na kailangan ipadala sa Pilipinas, i-convert pa siya to Philippine peso, at least kumikita siya ng whatever currency where you are at, diba? Yun yung kagandahan doon. Then also guys, diba, sa emergency funds nyo, the same. Ilagay nyo ang emergency funds nyo sa high yield savings account because it earns higher interest. Huwag nyo po yan iiwan sa bahay or iiwan sa bank account lang na wala or mababa ang interest kasi sayang yung pera na yan. Okay? That's one thing. And for those natin na mga kababayan na merong utang, walang problema naman. But remember, bayaran nyo yung utang nyo kung saan yung pinakamataas na interest. What are very high interest? Digital loans, di ba? Yung mga utang via the mga apps. Number 2, ano pa? Credit card. Credit card bill and credit card interest rate is very high. Kaya yun yung unahin nating bayaran. If ever you're asking, dapat mo bang unahin yung savings mo or unahin mo yung emergency fund mo or dapat mo ba unahin yung mga utang mo? It depends. If the interest is higher than the interest rate that is given to you doon sa mga digital bank accounts mo, sa high yield savings account mo, then definitely unahin mo i-pay off yung utang na mataas ang interest. Because kahit na let's just say, 4% ang interest na binibigay sa'yo ng high yield savings account mo, yung utang mo, nasa 8% siya. Mas mataas pa rin ang interest kaysa doon sa savings na to. Kaya hindi talaga niya ma-apples to apples. So unahin mong tapusin yung utang na yan. Because you want to pay it off. Because the interest will eat your money. Diba? Yun yung problema doon. So, yun yung one tip as well. Tip number 4 naman will be more about investing. Dito na tayo. Remember guys, when you invest, you have to understand ano yung investment item, vehicle, product na yan. Huwag po tayo mag-invest because narinig lang natin sa kaibigan, narinig natin sa tao, nakita natin online na, uy, maganda daw yan. Guys, doon tayo usually nabubutol dyan. And I have my fair shares of that because dati, nauso daw, oh my God, invest ka dito sa laro na to, maganda daw itong ano na to, itong laro na pwede daw kumita na malaki. Yeah, sige, sabi ko, sige, let's try. Okay, kumita nga daw. Oh, kumita daw ng 7,000 pesos, gano'n. And then, now, nga, 'di ba? Nawala na yung pera ko kasi parang, nalugi, pangit, o 'di ba? So, that's the same thing. I didn't really know a lot of that product, pero sabi nga ng ibang tao, ito daw bilhin, ito daw mag-invest. So parang, nako, pangit. Kaya sabi ko, huwag tayo magpapadala usually sa mga naririnig mo. When you invest, you have to do your research. Kaya lagi sinasabi, di ba, this is not financial advice. Make sure that you do your own research as well. And when you invest, go with the legit sources of investment. Hindi pwede yung, parang okay naman daw to or in-endorse daw to ng somebody ganyan. Hanapin mo, may lisensya ba yan? Dapat may mga lisensya yan and sino backer ng mga yon. Hindi porket na-endorse to ng ganito, na-endorse to nito, okay na yan or legit na siya. Guys, ang dami natin naririnig in the recent years, naubos lahat ng mga life savings nila. Naubos yung pera ng mga OFWs, ng family nila na dapat daw para sa studies, para pantayo ng bahay because they invest in the wrong product. Diba? Nagtiwala kagad sila. But syempre, here are some of the investment options that you can look into, di ba? So, I have a list here. So, tinitingnan ko lang yung aking kodigo here. The first one is definitely Pag-ibig MP2. Di ba? Pag-ibig MP2, tax-free to. And then, mataas ang kanyang interest. Recently, di ba? This year, nasa 7% ang returns niyan. I actually have a video on TikTok where pinakita ko kung magkano yung dividendo na nakuha ko from the account that I opened last year. So, Pag-ibig, minimum dyan to open is only 500 pesos. And then guys, diba, you can contribute as much as you want or as low as you want kung anumang value. Diba? Usually, ikaw bahala. Hindi yan necessary na every month kailangan maihulog ka. Ideally, if you want to do it and you want to invest, yes, consistent ka sa paghuhulog. But, if hindi naman, then walang problema. For Pag-ibig MP2, make sure that you also have your Pag-ibig number muna because you need it before you open a Pag-ibig MP2 account. Second, another option here is mutual funds. Mutual funds alongside with UITF or Unit Investment Trust Fund as well. So, eto naman guys. So, think of mutual funds and UITF more of like you're buying a piece of a lot of different companies. So, for example, there are funds out there na let's say technology fund or technology feeder fund. Nag-i-invest yung fund na yon sa Apple, Microsoft, Google, to name a few. But ikaw, you only buy, let's say, a unit or you buy a share of that mutual fund. So parang, yung 1,000 pesos mo, nag-invest ka sa maraming mga kumpanya. Versus if it's stocks, isang kumpanya na binibili mo. Diba? Siyempre, good to for long-term, yung mutual funds, unit investment trust funds. Returns naman niya is steady. Diba? Okay rin naman na yung returns niya based on, syempre, again, the market performance niyan. Then, you can also invest in stocks. Sa stocks naman, guys, diba, you buy a share of that company. Higher risk talaga yan, but higher rewards rin siya. But pwede mong aralin yan. Then, you also can invest on real estate, diba? Real estate meaning kung gusto mo bili ng bahay, diba? Titirhan nyo. Or, bibili ka ng condo. Kung good yung price man yan, then pwede mo ipaupa. Why not? And last but not the least, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng small business mo. But, when you're doing a small business, remember that negosyo yan. Ang negosyo, pinaghihirapan, you work hard for it as well. Huwag kang papasok sa isang negosyo na hindi mo gusto or hindi mo rin naman type or hindi mo pinagkakatiwalaan yung mga tao. Because remember, wala ka sa Pilipinas. Di ba? So when you invest in something, kailangan alam mo talaga. Alam na alam mo yan. And remember guys, ito lang payo ko. Always be careful with the get rich quick scheme. Yung mga sinasabi, kikita ko ng 50% kaagad sa pera mo. Ganyan, yung tubo, ganyan. Guys, if it's too good to be true, scam na yan. Peke na yan. Baka mabudol ka lang yan. So, iwasan po natin yung mga yan. Okay? Please, please, please. Yun yung mga iwasan natin. Okay? And then, tip number 5. Ito, I actually love this tip and linagay ko talaga siya here. It's always to involve your family. Okay? Why? Because at the end of the day, you cannot just work for your family na mag-isa. Then lahat sila gagastos lang. 'Di ba? Dapat hindi lang ikaw yung magaling or marunong humawak ng pera. Dapat buong pamilya mo marunong maghawak ng pera rin as well. So also set expectations, 'di ba? Kung magkano yung papadala mong pera, explain. Ito yung papadala mo and ang gastos ang uunahin or anong gastos ang uunahin mo. Basically, the needs nila, basic needs talaga nila. Yung mga wants, yung mga luho nila, baka naman pwede nila isantabi. 'Di ba? Remember that always, 'di ba? What makes a family strong and great is always discipline. Also the discipline that they have. But sometimes what happens is we tend to forget to involve our families. 'Di ba? Kasi if ang laki naman pinapadala mo, tendency is, 'di ba? Even ako, I'm at fault. Nung kumita ako na mas malaki sa office job ko, lumalaki rin yung gastos ko. And I blame that on myself. Because nabulag ako na, laki ng pera ko. Ang laki ng kita ko. I can buy more things. I can spend more things. I can buy more things. But at the end of the day, di ba? Remember, lahat ba ng mga gusto mong goals for yourself and your family's goals in the future, makakamit mo siya if yan pa rin ang ginagawa mo. That's why it's very important to always be open and talk about money as well as a family. Kung maganda, malaki ang kinikita, then go. Kung malaki yun na save, di ba? Nagkaroon ng extra, go on that trip. But, matuto rin tayo bumaluktot. For example, if hindi natin siya kailangan for now, because we want to prioritize other more important things for the future. Di ba? That's why, if you're going to go back to the number 2 tip ko dito, di ba? Magkano yung ipapadala mo, pero magkano yung itatabi mo. Yung itatabi mo can be for your savings or for your investment. Remember, pamatagalan to, di ba? Remember, naghihirap ka rin abroad. And remember as well that you're earning much more compared to others. But even if you earn more, ang kailangan mo i-catch yourself at talagang kailangan hulihin mo sarili mo na hindi ka magka-lifestyle inflation. Because guys, usually, ang nangyayari is, gusto mo rin mag-show off, gusto mo bilhin ng mga bagong mga gamit, gusto mo ipakita sa mga kapitbahay natin, uy, I have the newest, ito, I have a new TV na ganyan, I have the new laptop na ganyan. But at the end of the day, guys, is your future secured? Di ba? Kung check naman na yan, future secured ka, go! Buy whatever you want. But remember, hindi habang buhay ang trabaho mo at hindi ka rin habang buhay magtatrabaho. So, that's one of my talagang last tip dyan. Diba? Tip number 5. And before I end the vlog, I always want to share it na, remember, self-love is never selfish. Take care of yourself. Alagaan mo sarili mo. I know, ang hirap. Mahirap talaga malayo sa pamilya. I'm sure. Kahit na I don't have a personal experience na nalayo ako sa pamilya ko. Kung ang parents ko back then, magkaka-work trip lang ng ilang weeks or ilang months, di ba? That's not years compared to other families out there. But, di ba, we miss them. You will definitely miss your family rin back home. Kaya alagaan mo pa rin sarili mo. Take care of the finances of the family. Because, again, dapat pang habang buhay yan. You're already far off, di ba? You're already earning much more compared to a lot of different Filipinos. But syempre, kailangan mo alagaan din yung future mo. Kailangan mo rin iset your retirement as well as how do you become financially stable even if wala ka ng trabaho or you so choose to not become an OFW in the near future. Final closing is just gamitin ang panahon, number 1, para mag-ipon, para mag-invest, and last but not the least, para prepared ka sa pagbabalik mo. So, if ever guys na gustuhan nyo to, it resonated to you, let me know, comment it down below. Again, take what resonates and then leave what doesn't. I hope nakatulong to. Again guys don't forget to do your own research pa rin. This is not financial advice. And at the end of the day, diba, this is based on my personal research, based on stories as well from a lot of people, a lot of your comments as well. And I really do hope nakatulong talaga to. Kaya maraming salamat. I'll see you on the next vlog.